This sanding accessory for the Dremel is supposed to make it way easier to change sanding bands. This is the SC407 attachment for the Dremel. Now, the thing that is so special about this sanding drum is that you can change the sanding bands without using a wrench or screwing any screws or something like that. You can just pull it back and pop it on. I will show you. Compared to the old way, where you had to loosen the screw to get off the sanding band, like this, and even then, you often had to loosen it some more. Loosen. Then we get it off, and then we had to put it on again, and we had to tighten the screw. So, and then it was stuck. So, the thing that is so great about this new sanding band is that you don't have to use a wrench at all. To open it up, we have to push this metal thing here in the middle. Now it is loose and you can put on a sanding band. To secure the sanding band again, you just have to push up the metal rod. So this can be a little bit hard, so just push it down into the table. That's the easiest way to do it. I've already seen some videos of people using this sanding drum. A common problem is that the sanding band is slipping off while they are using it. But this problem was with a different kind of sanding drum, an older version of this. So let's see if Dremel have fixed the problem and if it is better to use in 2021. Let's go and do some sanding and wood carving and do some tests. I will leave a link for this sanding drum attachment in the description if you want to buy it. This new sanding drum felt great to use. It didn't feel like the sanding band were coming off at all. It was sturdy and it felt like it was going to stay on and do the work. As you can see here, I'm digging a deep hole with the sanding band and pushing it back and forward and putting a lot of pressure on the sanding band, and it still stays on. Now to change sanding bands while the sanding drum is still attached to the Dremel, you can just push up the bit and then remove the sanding band. Find a new one, put it on and just push it down. Now you have switched the sanding band and it is ready to use again. Now let's see how long it takes to change a sanding band. That was about 10 seconds maybe. So not that bad. Let's test out the original way of doing it. Now I have switched to the normal sanding drum. Let's see how long it takes. There, it's properly tightened, and what was that, like 25 seconds. So if you're changing sanding bands a lot, you save about 15 seconds for every change. Now, would I recommend for you to go and buy this new sanding drum? Both yes and no. If you're one of those people who do a lot of sanding with your Dremel, you change a lot of sanding bands, and the sanding band is generally one of the most used attachments for you, then I will go and get this sanding drum. It saves you about 10 seconds every time you have to change the sanding band, so that's good. But if you don't do that much sanding with your Dremel just once in a while, it's a safe bet just to stay with this old one because it works and it'll save you the money. This one still works pretty good. It just takes a little bit more time to change. Anyways, I think this is a neat and cool little attachment, and I didn't have any problems with the band falling off or anything. So I think this is still a good buy for anyone who wants to buy it. And yeah, that's my conclusion. Buy it if you sand a lot. If you don't, just keep the old one. It still works fine. No problem. See you next time.